So it looks like Ken Carson officially admits that he was lying, like on God, man. Ken Carson confirms a Great Chaos 10/13 release date, which is October 13th, Friday the 13th of October. And man, this definitely just gets me super excited for a Great Chaos by Ken Carson. We've waited over a year since his last album, called X. And man, that project was a huge deal breaker for me, in the sense where I just really enjoyed the project just so much. Like, say for an example, the song Same Thing, all the freestyle songs, freestyle 1, freestyle 2, and then on the deluxe, freestyle 3. Money Hunt was such a good song too. But the album X, the Ken Carson dropped in 2022, was pretty much the soundtrack to my summer. I remember driving around listening to those hyperpop, super rage sounding Ken Carson type beats and songs, just whipping around in my old car. And it just gave so many good memories just thinking about it. So Great Chaos gets me super excited, but one thing I do want to say, I'm a little bit disappointed just how many times it got pushed back. And I do understand it's a little bit understandable, just because kind of the whole narrative right now is he just didn't have enough hype. He didn't really have enough, momentum going into a Great Chaos, with the original date being July 17th. So I totally understand why they kind of pushed it back a little bit. So it's gonna really fit the theme of the project, as the project is called a Great Chaos, which in reality is kind of like a horrorcore kind of grunge vibe for the project. Even if you see the cover art, which I'm not gonna bring up right now, but definitely has some like grunge feeling to it, almost a little bit disturbing at times. But let's just kind of check out this tweet right here by Ken Carson. So Ken Carson on Twitter tweets AGC _10 _13 AGC. So let me just translate that for you. A Great Chaos, October 13th, a Great Chaos. This is pretty much alerting all of his followers. And then he says, I_swear. So him alluding to I swear, like I_swear, is pretty much admitting that he was lying about a lot of different release dates and getting them pushed back. Maybe in the long run of things, this is going to do a lot better for album sales for Ken Carson's A Great Chaos. Just kind of having the pushback method, getting the fans anticipated, everybody just getting super excited for it, just like waiting, like you're sitting down for a dentist appointment, you know what I mean? Just waiting. And I think this project is going to be pretty good. The one concern I do have, this may not really affect some of the mainstream listeners, but I don't expect this project to sell that much. And what I mean by that is, a lot of the snippets are like, just like a lot of the snippets pretty much have AI versions of the snippets, because a lot of things fans tend to do is when they hear snippets from an artist they really like, you can do kind of like an AI modification where it kind of sounds like the actual song. So pretty much he's probably previewed a good majority of the project, like about 90% of the project is already have snippets for it. So a lot of people on YouTube and Ken Carson Opium fans have already done like AI remixes of it. So it almost sounds CDQ to the sense where it's like, it sounds like what the song is actually going to sound like. So that may ruin it for some of the hardcore Ken Carson fans. Because the one thing you need about this release is you want those hardcore Ken Carson fans to be surprised by all the releases, to be able to bring the album up to the masses, if you know what I mean. So that's a little bit concerning, but that also happens when you take a long time to delay the project. But at the same time, man, maybe this is what Ken Carson wanted, bringing all of his fans together to really become a stronger core. By stronger core, I mean making those AI remixes, hyping up those snippets for them to potentially go viral. But man, I'm very stoked for Ken Carson's A Great Chaos. This project is gonna be absolutely nuts, and I'm just pretty stoked. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is like a little side topic. Ken Carson has a special place in my heart for hype music, rage music, whipping in the car, working out. So he hasn't dropped in a long time. Other artists have replaced that. Like recently, Lancey Foe's brand new project, Back to the Trap, has replaced that part of my heart where I needed some rage music. So it makes me not as excited for King Carson, to be honest with you, but that's just what happens when you become a bigger artist and it takes longer for you to drop. And I definitely get the marketing strategy behind it. You know what I mean? That's just like a little side note.